Advanced movement and jetpacks were first introduced into the Call of Duty franchise back in 2014 with the release of Advanced Warfare, followed by Black Ops 3 in 2015 and Infinite Warfare in 2016. Today I want to talk a little bit about this controversial era in Call of Duty history and whether or not I think it will ever make a return. So before we start talking about the jetpack era in Call of Duty, we need to see what led up to this. Starting with Call of Duty 4 in 2007, this is the one that a lot of people consider the game that blew up the Call of Duty name, and you can't argue it. Call of Duty 4 was fantastic. It was followed by World at War, which was great. Then came Modern Warfare 2, one of the best Call of Duties ever in my opinion. Then you had Black Ops 1, my second favorite Call of Duty ever. Followed by Modern Warfare 3, great COD. Followed by Black Ops 2, amazing COD. Followed by Call of Duty Ghosts. Call of Duty Ghosts is a weird one. I feel like this was the time period to where the developers under the Call of Duty brand didn't know what they wanted to do. They didn't know where they wanted to take this franchise. A lot of people in the community, a lot of talk on Twitter and different social media sites were saying that the franchise was dying and it was starting to get a little bit stale and boring. People were playing other games. So the developers heard this and Activision actually listened and they decided to make a drastic change. We went further into the future than ever before and they introduced advanced movement with Call of Duty Advanced Warfare. So when it comes to this era in Call of Duty, I feel like people either love it or they despise it. I initially didn't like it, but over the years I've come to appreciate it just a little bit more. So back in 2014, Call of Duty Ghosts was the most recent COD game, and people were starting to express their concerns with where the direction of this franchise was going. It was a continuous cycle of reskins. That's what people were saying, and that's basically what it was. It was just a new game every single year with a new skin, new maps, and it just didn't feel like anything new, fresh, or exciting. So what did Activision do? They listened to us for once in their life. They saw the complaints and they decided to take the franchise in a brand new direction. Call of Duty Advanced Warfare, I still remember the initial trailers that were being shown. I was like, what in the hell am I looking at? There's people 20 feet in the air. There's people below me, beside me, above me, inside me. It was disgusting. But I remember I still bought it day one. And I played it for about a week or two, and I just could not stand it. I wanted to go back to the older games. I just did not like this new style of Call of Duty. So I dropped it. I dropped it completely for about 2 months. And this was the earliest I've ever stopped playing a Call of Duty game. Like from Call of Duty 4 all the way until Ghosts, I at least played it for the first 3 months straight. Probably every single day. And like I said, I dropped Advanced Warfare after 2, maybe 3 weeks and didn't play it for a few months. Eventually I decided to go back to it, mainly because my friends were saying, you gotta try it, come on, it's still fun, it's still Call of Duty, you're gonna have fun. So I decided to play it with them again, and it started to grow on me. To be honest, when I originally played this game, I don't think I gave it a fair shot, and when I returned to it, I started to learn the mechanics a little bit more, and guess what? As you get better at a game, you start to enjoy it more, and not just a video game, anything in life. You start to get better at it, you're gonna enjoy and have more fun on it, and that goes for, stuff in the bed too. Yeah, this game had a solid map set. I don't think it had the best maps ever, but maps like Terrace, Riot, Detroit, Solar, Ascend, there were some decent maps on there. The movement wasn't as diverse as Black Ops 3. There was no wall running in this one. It was just jumping up, dash forward, dash back, sideways. But don't let that fool you. It was still absurd. Like when you were running around the map, especially, you could always tell who was good at this game and who wasn't because you'd see a lot of noobs. Personally, I think this was the most skillful time in Call of Duty history. These 3 years of Call of Duty, I think that the skill gap was considerably larger than the previous Call of Duty games. Like when you were running around a map, whether you were playing a public match or a competitive match, you could tell who was good at the game or not just by the movement. Like there's a lot of people that were still running on the ground. You're like, hey buddy, you got to start jumping around and using this advanced movement or you're going to get completely bodied by these young 15-year-old cracked on cocaine, snorting mushrooms up their ass every single day before they get on. You're gonna get destroyed by these kids. I feel like these 3 Call of Duty games, the skill gap was the most we've ever seen. Whether you were decent, you always tell who was really good or who wasn't. More so than nowadays or even before these 3 games. And as we all started to learn and perfect the movement in Call of Duty Advanced Warfare, Black Ops 3 was on the horizon, and guess what? They changed shit up again. So Black Ops 3 came out, and yes, it was a futuristic Call of Duty with advanced movement, and jetpacks were still in it, of course, but it was just a little bit different. There was no dashing anymore. There was still jetpacks. They introduced wall running, which I thought was a great addition. And there was also a slide. This game was created by Treyarch, of course, and I think Treyarch puts out the best Call of Duty games. I think they've been putting out the best Call of Duty games for a while now. Since the developers at Infinity Ward decided to leave for other studios, Treyarch always had a very distinct feel to the Call of Duty games. Even nowadays, Cold War, their most recent title, you can always tell when it's a Treyarch game that it's a little bit more of a cartoony look, but I do like the graphics and the aesthetic of their games. I also think that they have the best maps. I don't know who's designing maps at all the other studios, but I feel like Treyarch puts out the best maps, and Black Ops 3 was no different than that. I think that the maps were great. The movement, like I said, I really enjoyed the wall running aspect to this game. It was another thing to add a skill gap into the game. Like, I feel like if you knew how to use and abuse the wall running and the advanced movement in this game, you could be really good. Like, there was spots on certain maps you could just wall run for days and nobody would even know you're on the side of the map. And talking a little bit more about the maps in this game, it's a large reason why I think it was better than Advanced Warfare, because Treyarch was able to bring back some of their classic maps like Firing Range, Jungle, Summit, but then they also added great maps like Redwood, Stronghold, Fringe, Breach, and the list goes on. Call of Duty Black Ops 3, strongest of the 3 Jetpack games, at least in my opinion. I would love to know down in the comment section from you guys which of the 3 you enjoyed the most. But let's move on to Infinite Warfare. Now, Call of Duty Infinite Warfare came out in 2016, and it is widely considered the weakest of the 3 Jetpack games, not just by me, but many others. I know there's people out there that like this game, and it was not nearly as bad as some other Call of Duty games. Call of Duty Vanguard, I fucking hate it. But it's still, it had its flaws. I don't think the maps were as good. I don't think the movement was as good. Honestly, the best way I can put it is this game felt like it should have been the first Jetpack game. Like, this game didn't feel as polished and as well put together as Advanced Warfare or Black Ops 3. I felt like this game should have been the first Jetpack game, followed by Advanced Warfare, followed by Black Ops 3, but that's just not the way it worked. Now, I actually put the least amount of time into this one of the 3 Jetpack games, large in part because it was packaged with Modern Warfare Remastered at the time, and I bought that package deal, and I honestly didn't play this game much. I played Modern Warfare the Remastered tons, and I only put some time into this game. Wasn't feeling it whatsoever, but I do think, you know, watching it and playing some more over the years, that it was actually a decent Call of Duty game. I don't think it was horrible, I don't think it was great, just somewhere in the middle. Yeah, that's where we were left off. That was the most recent and last Jetpack game that came out, and that was over 6 years ago now, so we have not seen one since. Do I think that the franchise will ever return to jetpacks and advanced movement in the future? Absolutely, I do. I think that we're at a point in Call of Duty again, much like in 2014 with Call of Duty Ghosts, where people are starting to get tired of this cycle, and that's a big part why Microsoft announced that there's not going to be a release of Call of Duty in 2023. I think Microsoft's purchase of Activision is a big win for the entire community. I think that they're going to give the developers a lot more freedom to do what they want. I think they're going to give them more time to work on these games, and we're going to get a better finished product when it's released. And I do think we're going to return to this era of Call of Duty very soon. Modern Warfare 2 2022 coming out this year, and then there's a break next year. I really do think that in 2024, with the release of Treyarch's next COD game, I think that is going to be the game where we go back to the Jetpack era. I might be mistaken, but I really have a good feeling about it. Let me know down in the comment section if you were a fan of these games. What is your favorite Jetpack game in the Call of Duty franchise? Leave a like on the video, subscribe if you're new, and I'll catch you guys later.